Okay, welcome. And for the first time, I am not doing a gameplay video. I know, we're branching out, we're doing something new and scary, and I had to bring in someone to help me branch out into this new space. So I have brought in Tara to come do a reaction to the State of the Game article. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce you to a sponsor of this video, which is Kaiban Zero. Starting off as a small clothing distributor for mostly anime-inspired products, he is now expanding into Riftbound. Currently, he has a Jinx playmat that is in the works, alongside a brand new Irelia playmat and dice for counters. Check out the link below to find something you'll love, and my subscribers will be the first to know when the Irelia playmat drops. This will be take 1.5. We got, like, a quarter of the way through, and I forgot to press record. So some of this is going to be a little rehashed, but that's okay. It was all the nerves from not just playing the game.
It was a good warm-up.
Yeah. So this was the State of the Game article. This is where Dave and Chengren will discuss some of the game and answer the questions. This first section is basically just introducing the whole concept of the article, which is, hey, we're going to do a Q&A, which is a very exciting part. It goes into a little bit of Dave's and Chengren's philosophies, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. Nothing's very new. First new thing comes from this question. Which set are you most excited for? Chengren. All of Riftbound sets have really excited new content. Without revealing too much, I think we've got something really special for Set 3, Unleashed. And the team really cooked for Set 5, Radiance, as well. In fact, here are a few teases Dave and I wanted to share with you. For Unleashed. So now we have this key art for Unleashed. Or not a key art, it's just a teaser for Unleashed, which is Baron Nashor.
If we get to play Baron Nashor, I swear to God, you're all done. I'm literally maining it.
See, I didn't see this as a legend at first. I saw a lot of people saying that, but to me, there's just this idea that people have had where a battlefield can just make like a neutral unit on it. And that's what I think this is mostly saying. That like we're going to get a battlefield that just puts a Baron unit on it, and in order to conquer it, you have to kill the Baron.
That'd be crazy.
And I hope that that's going to be a core mechanic for Unleashed, because it is supposed to be like the jungler set, and this is very like reminiscent of junglers doing like their PvE stuff all the time instead of actually, contributing to the game. All they do is farm. No, I'm not talking about that one Yi I had.
Hey, wait, that means Smite. They might add Smite as a card.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. We have Flash.
And now we're talking. We got Smite coming out soon.
We
Teleport.
We sort of have Teleport. Retreats.
No, we need real.
Oh no, Retreat's recall. Yeah. You're right.
It's recall.
Yeah.
Channel.
I mean, what colors would Baron be if it was a legend?
Purple,
red. I think he's Fury Chaos.
Please don't be purple red.
No?
Oh my god.
He has to be.
Oh my god, if it is. If it is, let it be.
He has to be.
Purple red, yeah, I mean, definitely not ordered out of mine. Body. I mean, he's got a big body.
He could be body. He could be body Fury. Or body Chaos, maybe? Yeah, sure.
That is a big body. Oh, okay. Dragon, though. Dragon would be also pretty cool. Then we would have Dragon Legend and a Dragon Dex.
This isn't a dragon.
No. If they had Baron, they gotta add Dragon, and then people could finally make their Dragon Dex.
Sure.
Because the Dragon Legend, the Dragon Deck would be awesome.
All right. Now, for Vendetta, they are going to tease new color combinations. All of the opposing domains will get a legend in Set 3 Vendetta.
There's so many
that means we will have Fury Calm, Body Mind, and Chaos Order.
Which one are you most excited for?
I'm most excited for Chaos Order. As a purple enjoyer, I welcome any new purple to the fold. However, I think the most competitively viable is going to be Calm Fury. I think this just has a lot of tempo tools. They have like the best statted spells, or like the best cost spells, and the best statted units. So I think this combination is going to be the most competitively viable.
But no, I'm on the blue orange train for sure. I think there's a lot of cool things we could do with blue orange. At first, from Set 1, I was excited about like Mundo Aurora making like Aurora Infinite. Now that Aurora's not that big of a deal, I think that there's other things that we can do. Maybe with Time Warp specifically. But I kind of hope Anivia comes out. She's a champion I'd really enjoy. I think she'd be Mind Body.
Yeah, we can play like Ancient Henge and Hextech Anomaly together.
Yeah, we could do some wacky wild stuff. Super buffs, you know what I'm saying? Buff and debuff. A
Yeah.
draw power infinite.
Yeah, I can see it. Do you know of the Infinite that's in Chaos Order?
No, I don't play that enough.
Okay. There's a 3-card Infinite already in these colors that exist, which is Eye of Herald, Stealthy Pursuer, and Renata Glask Industrial. So you put the Eye of the Herald onto the Stealthy Pursuer, you move it,
Yeah,
it'll make a token that's readied, and then you can
right.
just keep moving the token back and forth on the battlefield to make infinite tokens in 2 places.
If somebody does that to me, I'll flip the table. If they're just sitting there making tokens and it just doesn't end, I'm calling a judge.
Yeah. So that's already scary, just to have infinite tokens in this color combination. If we get a legend that can like help that somehow, then that gets really spooky.
Wait, if they start doing this stuff and if Infinite start hitting the game, then people are gonna demand that we get bans. Like they're gonna be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
I mean, we'll get down into bans.
Oh gosh, this is a day.
And then
Oh,
the key art for Radiance. Blech.
it-
My least
no,
favorite champion.
wait a minute. Look at it though. It's so
No,
gorgeous.
no, I hate her. I hate Seraphine so much. She's bottom 5. She might be the very bottom, but Yumi is also
Nah,
there, and I can't debate between the two.
well, you ain't felt the music like I have. Then you ain't felt
No,
the music like I have. Her and Sona, they can hang out any day. They're invited to the cookout.
Echo will be cool though. I think Echo will probably be like Mind Chaos. He already has a lot of tools that could
Yes.
make sense for that.
I played a lot of Echo in League. I think like there's a lot of cool things you could do with it, and then seeing the champion already is interesting. But I
Yeah,
feel like he's gonna be the overhyped one of Radiance. I'm just saying it now.
sure, I can see that.
I feel like he's gonna be overhyped from Arcane.
All right, next question. Are you concerned about the metagame for Riftbound being solved quickly? Dave
What is
took this
solved?
one. What? Did you ask what is solved?
Yeah, what is solved? Are you solving
Well,
Kaisa with Draven?
okay. I mean, if we get into like actual game theory, mini rant. If we get into like actual game theory, a solved game is one that has objectively correct answers and always has one conclusion. So like checkers is a solved game because there's objectively correct choices you can make. That first player always wins.
That okay? It's kind of. I mean, chess. You have an advantage being first too.
Well, chess can get solved. Chess is close to being a solved game. Solved in the words for TCGs is more like a solid, stable meta, more than like being
Okay,
solved.
because I don't want a meta where if you go first, you win.
No, TCGs generally don't have that like 100%. But anyway,
Cool.
Dave took this. TCG players are incredible. There are so many of you, and you're very talented and motivated to find the craziest combinations of cards. That means that often the picture we have of the game internally during development doesn't match what players in the wild find to be strong. I'm not concerned when players find some of the best decks quickly, that's expected, but I also hope that players continue to experiment and find interesting new ways to attack the top decks. In general, as long as players can tinker and evolve the decks week to week, I think that is a healthy metagame. And then he goes in to talk about the dominance of Draven. In Origins, we saw Kaisa and Yi on the top of the meta, but players ended up evolving their decks such that the meta continued to develop. My current perspective is that there are underexplored ways for players to attack Draven, particular strategies that are more resilient to the purple wind combat spells. And we believe those strategies can evolve to beat Draven to be well positioned in the meta. Of course, time will tell, and we'll pay attention to results that come out as Spirit Forge sees play.
Okay, hold on, Dave. Hold on, Dave. I think we're leaking a little. So Dave's literally looking at us and being like, "Look, we put some stuff in the game to deal with this Draven thing. Y'all just ain't found it yet. Y'all just ain't
Yeah,
found that
pretty
yet."
much. Pretty much. He said get good.
He said, "Get good." Literally, he said, "Come on,
Which
man. Y'all struggling."
I don't think is like entirely wrong. It's just, are the play patterns that come from this interesting and good for the game? And that's what I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, we definitely are taking an attempt to slow the meta game down, but I don't think that I enjoy. For one, I don't enjoy control decks, and that seems to be all Gale wants to play when he plays against me in tournaments. And I'll call them control, but we all know what they really are. And So I don't think that. I mean, I like that control decks are starting to take more of a peek into meta, and I think that slower gameplay is less punishing than set one. I think it's good for the game, kind of, because there's always going to be players like Gale that like that kind of gameplay and they want to be included. But Draven's just still, it's a problem for skill level. I think, like at a local level where like people aren't as headstrong into the game. It was this kind of. It might not be this way, but if it becomes too oppressive to where it's like all you win with is Draven at a lower skill level, or the one Draven in the shop takes all the victories, I think that it could be kind of hurtful. But I don't know. We'll see how it evolves.
Well, that goes straight into the next one, which how will Riftbound handle banning cards? Yeah. This is something that we have seen Dave talk about a little bit on Discord, but never too much. And they have seemingly so far not even been close to banning or restricting a card.
Right.
Dave took this. He said, of course, sometimes something in the meta is too overwhelmingly powerful or too oppressive. In general, our philosophy is that we want to intervene at a minimal level needed to correct an emergency state. Often, minimal here means no intervention, because we believe things will continue to evolve or we deem the issue isn't severe enough. Given that, how do we determine whether things are an emergency state? We have 4 metrics we observe. 1. Event attendance. It's still funny to me that this is number 1, because it's like, problem number 1, are we losing money? Which, like, is a fair metric for a business to take, but it's funny.
It's pretty important here. Are we still making money? Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Then we're doing good. It's a good game.
Second metric is negative player sentiment. We know that the community conversation can draw down players' interest in playing. I think set 2 sentiment so far is generally a little bit lower than set 1. Obviously, it hasn't even come out yet, so most of this is just people like playing online or whatnot, and don't actually have the cards in hand playing in person. But so far, it has been a little bit less good than set 1.
Yeah, you think it's worse than the Kaisa meta?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Kaisa meta was not as doomered by the top players. So I think Draven is like trickle down componomics, right? Where it's like the players who are playing early are also probably the more competitive players, and they're the ones currently espousing that the meta is bad and that it feels worse to play. I have this same mentality for what it's worth. I have had a little bit less fun in set 2 than set 1. So I think this is like trickling down from top players, which I think has a bigger effect than what people feel at the local level. I think people like to see from others how the meta is evolving and how other people are playing to see if it's just like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of players and that play in the top tournaments and stuff, and almost all of them are not playing Draven currently. I think everyone's testing to see like what can be done and like what is easily maneuverable, at least in like high capacity tournaments.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple players, like I just saw Prismat last night for that $500 cup qualifier. He's been playing Ornn and Aurelia for the past like 2 weeks. I did a little peeky peek, man's on Miracle Draven. So it might be a little doomed, but again, like you said, it hasn't come out yet, and I think that the meta will rapidly develop as it hits the shelves. Not just because like we got more people playing it, but that's when more people will start breaking out what they have been testing.
For sure. Game-breaking combos. Do we see oppressive gameplay as a significant portion of play in the format? So if this Infinite that we were talking about earlier ever gets super popular and consistent, that would probably fit right here. They would probably start considering bans.
They'd be like, okay, now we have to figure out how to do this. Yeah.
Which please imagine for the first time, the first card that gets banned in Riftbound's history is Stealthy Pursuer. Oh my god, that would be the funniest thing to happen.
A card that not one person has put in the deck and used in a competitive tournament the whole time it's been out.
I would love that. Archetype dominance. Are we seeing a deck or decks dominate across multiple set releases? Obviously, we're nowhere near seeing this, right? We're in set 2.
Kaisa go boo boo.
Yeah, we're in set 2, and the decks we are seeing are completely different. So I don't think this is a concern for the time being, nor will be for quite some time, I think.
So what they're saying is, wait till next set if you're worried about Draven. When next set come out, you ain't gonna be thinking about Draven no more. That's what they're
Yeah.
trying to tell us.
Yeah, some ways, yeah. When one or more of these metrics becomes concerning, we have internal discussions about potential ways to make changes. What are we considering? Banning one or more cards. Just a straight ban, usually a good option. Restricting cards in simpler, complex ways. We prefer not to do this as it is confusing to communicate and often leaves the underlying issues unresolved. This makes sense. I think banning is just a simpler solution overall. It's just, hey, you can't play this card, done. And restricting requires a lot more overhead. I've heard people say that, like, restricting is worse than banning as well. I don't know if I...
Yeah. I mean, I got a little bit of experience of that when I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh! They have like a very, very complicated ban restricted limited list, and it rapidly like adjusts per format. And what it kind of turns into is like there's maybe 50 cards sometimes on said given list across all three categories that eliminates like sometimes close to 20 different art types. Because like all decks rely on this like 2 or 3 card combo to just rip through your entire deck and win the game. And so when you do that, that's like a whole portion of maybe like a year or two's worth of content sometimes because of how long it takes them to release stuff that you just can't access, can't play in competitive format. And then people don't even want to play it in like casual, tabletop either because it's like, why would you? It's banned.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does create issues.
And 2 things they won't do to fix the problems. They will not issue errata, and they will not change rules.
We already did.
No, they didn't. So they go on to clarify that too. Sometimes they'll need to change rules or errata cards to improve Riftbound's overall in terms of clarity or completeness. But we won't pull those levers to balance the metagame. A lot of people are saying that the Falling Star changes that they did just recently were like a way to balance Kaisa. And they mentioned this in Discord, and they're mentioning it right now in this article, that the intention of that was not to balance Kaisa. It was just to make reflexive triggers less complicated, basically.
Yeah, fair, because the whole set 1 was me explaining to my opponent why things would work the way that they did, because things were so, like, intricate when it came to the retreat, Falling Star, the attack, defender, reverse, retrigger. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they fixed a lot of the communicational errors with stuff, but it did seem like, when we were going through this dance with Dreaming Tree, that we needed to pick a side to be on.
That was fun. If they do end up banning cards, they will provide communication and intervention as rapidly as they can. And when possible, they'll hold off on banning cards when we are less than 2 weeks away from the next high-level competitive event.
Okay.
This makes sense. To me, 2 weeks still feels a little short, but I think when the sets start coming out normally, it'll feel normal. So I think this is fine and acceptable.
Global release, it will be acceptable, but right now I don't want to practice for a month and a half and you tell me my deck can't be played.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like I've already been practicing with my Aurelia for how long, and then 2 weeks before Vegas, you're like,
we're banning Defiant Dance.
We're getting rid of. Oh Jesus, yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
Riftbound feels complex. What are you doing to simplify and streamline the game? TCGs naturally add complexity over time as more and more content is added to the game. We're striving to make sure Riftbound cards themselves are as processable and understandable as we can. To minimize additional complexity, we won't always hit the mark, but this is our ethos we strive for. We're using mechanics where it makes sense to. New player-friendly champions. They are aiming to always have 1 to 3 legends in new sets that are easier or more streamlined. Okay, that's interesting.
No!
And then creating introductory level products like Proving Grounds and things like that. Now this one...
okay. Introductory, player-friendly, +2 passive that just destroys everything. Listen to me. Okay, this is what I don't like about this, because... like, I get that you want to make sprinkle a little bit of like, new player. This is what the new player going to start. We're going to make this a starter deck, yabba dabba dingo. But if you do that to the legend that I really want to play.
Right. And I can see that.
And like I want Caitlyn to come out so bad, but I don't want you to sprinkle dinkle just a little bit of bad champion in her. I want her to be really complex, and I want to have like some complex, cool things that I can do and create a meta. Like if every legend came out like that, I understand that the new player entry level shrinks, but really that just means your new players get good. They just go get good. They'll watch guides and they'll get good and they'll play good decks.
Yeah, but you kind of have a little bit of everything. Like there should be a wide variance of skill that every deck takes to play. I think that's a good thing overall. And if it just so happens
like
that you get the short, yeah, if you just happen to pull the short straw and your favorite champion is one of those, and you don't have as much fun with it, that just kind of is what it is. I think.
That's how I felt. Look, Ari is one of my favorite champions ever, and then like,
Yeah.
Ari's one of my favorite champions ever, and then they released her in set 1, bro, and I started to pretend like I didn't main her in League. I had to tell people that I played Kai'Sa before. Man, I go play my first game of Kai'Sa on regular League, and I got my ass whooped. I was trying to play Ari.
What do we think the new player friendly ones are in set 2? I think it's Rumble for sure.
Rumble.
Fiora, I would assume, because they did the starting deck. Do you think it's just supposed to be the starting decks?
Every time?
I don't know.
Who is this? Lee Sin,
Jinx, and Victor.
Lee Sin, Jinx, and Victor. Make a guy, draw a card, buff a guy. It's pretty simple game plans.
I don't know.
And what do we get here? We got buff a guy. I think Fiora's a little more complex than those other ones, but
I think so too. So I don't know. It's going to be a strange thing to just have that in people's brains. It's like, oh, did I happen to get am I playing the new player friendly one? I don't know.
I think it's Draven. I think it's draw a card.
Could be. Okay, next question. What are you doing to make Riftbound more available and bring prices of boosters down? Shangren took this one. They're continuing to work with our partners at UVS and Shining Soul to get more cards in the hands of players. In January, we announced news regarding Origins and Proving Grounds reprints, but as we said, we know more will be needed. As we see how the community grows and evolves, we continue to adjust our print plans for the game. Yada yada. Basically, they are going to try to print more, is what this seems like.
Yeah. Just make sure our cuts are good. Keep doing your thing, Chengren.
There you go. Riftbound has added French. When are you adding my language? Chengren. We're always excited to welcome more players into the Riftbound community. In addition to adding French, we're excited to share that Riftbound players will soon be able to get cards in a different Chinese.
Whoa! It's second Chinese. We're expanding.
I don't know what the difference is between these languages. I don't know how this is really stacking up to be that much different. But
to better serve our
to me, it feels like two Chinese languages when we don't even have some others. Seems odd to me. Like 2 Chinese languages and no Spanish seems a little strange to me.
Can we get a second English? Can we get like Britain English, like British English?
Yeah, maybe that's a little American centralized.
Put this bugger in the trash.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems a little odd. When are we going to see more original art for Riftbound instead of just reusing art that's from other Riot games? With every release, we'll be seeing more new art on Riftbound cards. And I think we've already seen this a bit in the new one. Like Yone's a new art entirely, and he's a rare. So there's we've definitely seen more and more new art, which is good. I'm excited for that. What else was it?
Here's my question. Can the next set not have poopy overnumbereds?
I like the ones in this set. They're not that bad.
All right, look at my Sivir overnumbered and tell me it's better.
Well, Sivir's face is
Tell me it's better, Gale.
Sivir's face is a little messed up, but
tell me it's better.
I like the way they look overall. I think they went for something a little bit different. I don't like they're all samey, but yeah.
No, I like the idea. I like the splash, like the fusion. The colors look really great. I would just like to petition to fix Sivir's face so that I don't just play the regular one.
Just do an alter. Get another artist to alter it.
What, draw a mustache on it and make her more manly? What can I do? What do you want me to do about it?
You could have the artist like draw over her face.
Oh yeah, because alters are legal in Tony, right?
Yeah. You just like buy an artist. Don't buy an artist. Commission an artist.
Let's start there, yeah.
Okay, next question. I want to play more multiplayer Riftbound, but since release, everything is 1v1. What are your plans for it? We
Who
love
wrote
that.
that shit? We didn't write that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't write that shit. Who put that
2v2 is
question in there?
cool, but I do not want to see free for all. Do not care.
No,
Dave.
sir.
We love that Riftbound works so well for multiplayer, both free for all and 2v2. One of the guiding principles is that it is very welcoming and fun to play with your friends and bring in those who might never have tried TCG. This year, we expect to begin supporting multiplayer more at local game stores and higher level events. So that'd be cool. We might have actual, like, competitive 2v2 at some of the regionals.
Oh, at locals? Oh, wait.
And regionals. They said higher level events, too. Oh, through side events, not any main events of larger events.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking, like,
yeah,
we already have those.
I should have read straight through a little bit more.
Yeah, I played 2v2 at Houston, and I got my ass whooped.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting to see 2v2s at locals, though. That'd be exciting.
I think that's where they should be. I think multiplayer and 2v2 events should maybe. I don't know how they would do this if not just create multiple days at events, because like running in several events in one day would be too hard at the local level. But maybe adding another day one at a time and say like, hey, we do for stores that have the interest in it. Like, okay, we do 2v2s on Thursday, and then we do 1v1s on Saturday, or whatever, or free for alls on Thursday. That would be cool.
Why won't you allow more people to register for Riftbound regional qualifiers? Okay, this is whoever wrote this question doesn't know how space works.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay.
That's a weird question. But
you want to make my lines longer?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Dave, as much as we would prefer to have these uncapped, it doesn't make a great event when it has to be 20 rounds or when there isn't sufficient judging staff to make sure everything goes smoothly. We're working with our partners at UVS about raising caps on event size in a sustainable way as we scale our ability to manage events of that size. But it's also true that the cap isn't infinite. Clearly. There's only so much space that something can take. We're looking into how to manage this long term. So, yeah, I mean, weird question. They've answered it better than I would.
I thought, when you scrolled up a little bit more, and somewhere in that at the bottom, he said something about third-party tournaments, but my brain, I couldn't read that, and it said third-dimensional space, and then I was like, how are they going to do that? Like, Dave's making a three-dimensional tournament room that all
tables?
like 6,000 people can play in. Like, this is going to be 11 rounds of pure torture. All right, we can move on now. That was all I wanted to add.
Yeah. Riftbound has competition with other TCGs. How do you plan to stand out as a competitive TCG? Chungrin took this one. Been a lot of new products and excitement in the TCG space in recent years, and the team here feels excited as longtime players of the genre.
There's the word.
Riot's Games? Oh, Riot's... Whoa, sorry. Riot's Games, not Riot Games. Riot's Games have almost always been competitive in its nature. So we hold the competitive nature very near and close to our hearts. We've set out from the beginning to be communicative and reactive about Riftbound and its launch in a way we hope players feel valued and that they are a part of the growth of the game as we work to get the basics right as the game launches. Riot's brand and game ecosystem are also something we feel helps us stand out compared to other TCGs, both from champions players know and love, also from game mechanics and concepts that translate from digital to tabletop. We will definitely adopt the best practices from our games, iterate, and keep the boundaries on a great experience for our competitive players.
All right, TLDR. How do we stand out as a competitive TCG? Or Riot Games.
Yeah. So basically. Yeah. How do you plan to stand out? Well, we have an amazing company already, so I don't know, man.
We are Riot, so we already win in every category. Check us out on all socials.
This one. You all confirmed best ofs would not be one-ofs. But how many are you planning to have out there? We knew this.
Oh, yeah, best ofs would not be one-ofs. Yeah, because multiple... Yeah.
Chengrin took this one. He said, we believed best of prizing was an exciting element of Riftbound, and we've been thrilled to see players agree. We had several conversations about these prizes and what the right balance was for players and for the game. Our current plan is for best of to rotate out of Riftbound tournaments after 3 sets. So Origins, Improving Grounds, Legends will stop being best ofs at events following the release of Vendetta, despite them still being legal for play in that format.
So multiple. This is great. This is amazing news because it's cool. I wanted that to be true, that in multiple tournaments you would have another shot to like go back and like, oh, I can try to get the Lux or the Kai'Sa from this next tournament or this next set. But I didn't want it to be infinite because at some point it gets too hard with you got 100 champions out and you got 100 best of medals to hand out. It's crazy. So I think 3 is a perfect number, honestly. Like that gives you at least like 6 to 9 tournaments, maybe like that you can attend to
Yeah.
try to get your best of.
Which is interesting the most for set 1s. Because for set 1s, they will have the lowest amount. Because they will only have had 3... Hold on, not 3.
April.
5, I think? I don't know. It's either 4 or 5 legal events for the set 1s. And then everything else will be a little bit more than that. So set 1s will be generally lower. So that's very interesting.
That's cool. That's cool, Mr. Yasuo holder.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
I've sold
Mr.
that
Yasuo
thing.
receiver.
Yep. It ended up going for 20,000. And
I mean, yeah, it's a cook.
Yeah. And this was about what we expected for them to go through. So I think those prices that the best ofs are sold at is going to stay for a bit until they're no longer being printed, and maybe through over time they just gain more value naturally. But I don't think
sure
this
by set 10, set 1 it will be pretty valuable. As with all like Origins based product, but
I don't think this news changes the value of best ofs very much though.
So you think this next set will be pretty similar?
I think they will start off higher than they will in the mid, and then they will, in general, be a little bit lower than set 1s, because set 2 will have slightly more printings of them, or more copies of them. So I think set 1s will appreciate better than set 2s will. But I think at the start of set 2, they will be more expensive. Just for novelty.
Just off the rip. Yeah. Okay.
What are the designers working on? Well, a lot. Brilliant. Sweet. Good answer, Dave. The team has finished work on the sets for this year and is currently working on sets that will be delivered in 2027 and later. We're also busy on some cool collectible products that aren't the main sets, and working on improving our core and tournament rules, something that we look into every set release, as well as potential new multiplayer and organized play formats. Yeah, where's the 5v5? We had a 5v5. Well, we had a 5v5. It was like a format that was 2 2v2s and 1 1v1. And you like played as a team of 5 people.
I'll be our 1v1 guys.
You want to play the 2v2? I like 2v2.
But you're our 2v2 guy.
Okay. Do you have updates on the global release syncing between China and US? Yes, we are planning on syncing the release when Set 4 Vendetta launches. A lot of players have already guessed, accurately might I add, that we are spacing the Chinese sets out at a 4-month cadence while keeping the English sets at 3 months. This has allowed us to be in sync with the launch of Set 4. Future languages will be launched at an accelerated pace, such that they will also be caught up as soon as possible. That's cool. That means that we will finally be in sync for probably the most hyped set that people have, because we'll be getting the opposing legends.
Ooh.
So it'll be very exciting to see what everyone collectively is going to be able to cook up in Set 4 launch. We will no longer be a little bit behind China. We no longer will have to sit on the sidelines watching our Turn 'em Sideways stream as the Chinese players get to have all the fun.
Oh, joy. But then all of our early practice goes away.
I know. I'm actually kind of scared for that. I feel like the early practice helps me a lot as a person, and I'm really scared for just like building a deck and on rip going to a tournament in like 2 weeks. That sounds really scary to me.
It sounds like oh my goodness. I think we've had kind of the advantage just playing online for like a month or 2 prior, playing with the deck, trying everything out, watching a couple of tournaments happen, and then going, okay, this is what's good.
Yeah, we have a bit more of a coherent meta, but like if I had to play in a tournament that second week of Spirit Forged drop,
oh yeah,
bro, it
our
would
decks
be
would look
tough.
like China's decks. We'd just be playing what we do, something.
Yeah, so I'm a little scared for how that'll be, but excited to do that.
Oh, that means I would be playing Zwanite Bouncer, Wind Singer into that first tournament of Set 2.
Yes. Are there more products like Proving Grounds coming? Yes, Chengrin. As we announced earlier, we've already kicked off the reprint process for Proving Grounds, and we'll share more news on that shortly. Additionally, the team also has a few important takeaways for future products like Proving Grounds, which is intended to serve as a learn-to-play introductory product.
No.
One important example that fans will be excited to hear. We've learned our lesson and do not plan to include mechanically unique cards in future iterations of this product.
We've learned our lesson. We fucked up, boys. That's
Insert
not
the
how we
image.
thought Proving Grounds was gonna go.
Insert the image of Dave. I just don't think Annie and Yi Legends are that good.
Annie and you, top four, first place.
And final question: what are the plans
This is nutty.
for officially supporting Riftbound digitally? Tengrin definitely did not see this question coming. JK.
Yeah, you did.
We've been asked about this a lot, and I've discussed it a lot internally as well. After all, Riot's games have been all digital prior to Riftbound. It is a delicate topic as there are many benefits to having a digital experience, including easier onboarding tutorials, more clarifications around some of the card interactions. However, we all know that a key part of the TCG experience is the in-person social interaction, and we do not want that to be lost. We're always looking for ways to improve our players' experience, and won't rule out any options that can do that, including an official digital client for Riftbound. So this is the most positive I think we've ever gotten of an answer for a digital client.
That was the craziest maybe that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it feels like maybe leaning yes. You know what I mean?
He's like, I know you guys really want it. And you know how much we really want LOR to be our digital client. But we've talked about it, and we're not opposed that maybe in the future something like this could happen.
Yeah, I think this feels very positive. I think it's pretty likely that we'll get a digital client for Riftbound at some point giving this answer. It might not be until the first rotation, which would make the most sense to do something like this, where you don't have to input all of the cards, right? You can just start fresh with the new rotation, see the new client, and start building up the cards interactions as you go there. That makes the most sense to me, probably. So we'd see it in, 3 years then? 2028? Is my assumption here.
2028 digital client comes out. Yeah, and I can already see Riftbound Mobile. I can see the legends.
Maybe I'm expediting how quick it takes to make a digital client. That could be pretty true, but I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah,
and then
it's probably going to be a big thing that they'll announce way ahead of time. So I'm sure we'll get, if that ever becomes an option that they plan on doing, we'll probably get a year or two in advance notice on that, and it'll be all the rage.
Yeah, I think the more I think about it, my estimation is very ambitious. And the last thing that I want us to look at is the 2026 roadmap.
Ooh, come down. What is that?
Hold on.
You're baiting me.
I know.
Ooh.
This is the full year's contents and events that will happen this year.
Ooh. Wait, Houston, Bologna.
And then we have Vegas is the next one. And then I don't know where Lille is.
Lille.
Did they add any, or are they just giving the locations? They look like more.
No, yeah, there's more. There's way more, because we only thought that we were gonna get 3 in the US, and I see Vegas, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Hartford are all US places. That's 4 that we get this year. That's awesome, and I'm super close to Atlanta.
Yes, that's super cool. Can't tell if this is more. And then we also get the sale dates for these. So we will know exactly when these tickets are going on sale.
No. Why are they starting in February?
Which the France one is happening in 2 weeks. A week and a half.
The Atlanta one.
Atlanta is in 2 weeks too, yeah.
No, I just had to pay for this other one. You can't do this to me, Riot. I haven't even gotten this one yet.
Yeah, you're going to pay for Atlanta before you go to Vegas.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Can we run it back? That's a little dangerous. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
LA looks very reasonable, though. July 20th.
Yeah. But hopefully,
Los Angeles.
with all of this extra events, people will be able to get the tickets they want to go to. But yeah, that is. Oh, we're gonna talk about French releasing.
So we got a couple caveats.
Yeah, I don't care about French. French should be coming in mid 2026. Everyone who
When do we
wants
get
their
our second Chinese?
Everything here is just the general schedule for the year. I'll just slowly pan through this, see if there's anything super interesting.
Viva La Vegas.
I know they're doing Gen Con, which is right in my backyard, so that's exciting.
Oh, cool, dude. I've always wanted to be at Gale's backyard.
Yeah. Be going there with
Barcelona.
a lot. I should be going there with a lot of my locals to Gen Con.
Barcelona.
And then PAX.
And then PAX. What's the last thing there? DreamHack Stockholm?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
So that is all the communication we got from Riot today. We actually got quite a bit today.
Wait, Radiance releases in October? That's actually mad soon.
Is it?
Yeah, that means when do we get Vendetta? We'll have global by
31st.
July 31st will be global? That's crazy. That's so soon.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited to finally be synced up.
Me too. That's what I'm most excited for.
And Unleashed comes out on May 8th.
May 8th is
like 4 months.
Pretty close. Yeah,
like
pretty
4
close.
months. So not bad, not bad. But yeah, that's all the communications we've got from Riot today. Thank you for coming in and reading it with me.
Ooh.